Taoiseach, the Sunday Business Post reported at the end that the Irish auction for offshore wind is set to result in the world's most expensive offshore wind. So the results are likely to deliver average prices close to the €150 per megawatt hour price cap. That is more than 3 times the price of offshore wind in Scotland and much higher than in other European countries. The result for consumers will be electricity prices that are no lower than the very high points that we saw over the course of the winter. Now, Taoiseach, I know you're a deeply ideological man, deeply committed to neoliberalism, deeply committed to the idea that only the free market can resolve these things. But I'd implore you to live in the real world here. That this is an absolute disaster in terms of the environment, in terms of consumers. Would it not make a lot more sense, rather than trying to attract all these private companies in with extremely high prices, to have the state say, we have this huge surplus at the moment, we're going to invest it, and we're going to have public investment in and development of offshore renewable energy?
Deputy Murphy, I know you wish to characterise me in a certain way, but I'm not deeply ideological really. Perhaps I was 10 or 20 years ago, but at this point I'm really only interested in outcomes for people, not ideology, and perhaps time and experience in government teaches you that. You try and get things done. But what I would say is this: Minister Ryan has assured me that the report in the Business Post on Sunday was not accurate. The prices that we pay will be similar to those in similar jurisdictions. And I believe the best way to harness the enormous potential that we have offshore is through a mix of public and private investment. Yes, it is the state. Yes, it's also state-owned enterprises, but it's also private developers and it's also private capital. And to me, that's a very practical approach. If you just go public or if you just go private, you'll get less done than if you have the public and the private sector both involved in getting this done. And that's the same approach that I take to housing, for example. And if there's any ideology you want to ascribe to it, it would be the ideology of the social market economy, which is the ideology that the EPP and my party would subscribe to, not a neoliberal one. The social market economy, going back to the Christian Democrats of decades ago, private and public sector working together in the common good.